Hi, I'm Manuel Rocha, and I'm doing my sketchbook tour on my Art-17 classwork. So right here, I did an apple. This one was mostly hatching and blending. As you can see, I wanted to try and get it like a little bit of a shine, but also make the shadow kind of pop out a little bit. And the next one is a pear. That one is a mix of blending and hatching. Same thing with the apple. I just wanted to get the shadow to kind of like pop out, and you can kind of see where like the shadow gets a little bit darker compared to the rest. I wanted to try and emphasize the shadow core. On the coconut, this one was mainly hatching. Getting the texture right is like a real big thing for me. Like I kind of get trouble with that. So for this one, I try to use hatching and cross hatching to try and get like the hairy kind of texture out for it. And then a banana, I did a banana. This one was mostly just like hatching, and then just a little bit of blending to try and get it to where like the colors kind of shift in. So that one was kind of difficult. Here are my cherries. This one was mostly just rendering kind of. I was just trying to get the shadows out more, and then I used blending kind of to try and like get certain parts of it to like match correctly, like with the shadows, how it's darker at the bottom and how one cherry is leaning up against the other one. I used blending for that one. The melon, I used a melon slice for this one. This one was just mainly blending. I didn't really use too much hatching on this one. For the orange, this one was also just mainly blending. I really wanted to try and get like the part right there where it's like the triangles. I really wanted to get it like give it like a wet kind of texture, so I used mainly blending on that one. For pomegranate, I used hatching because I used like the outside of a pomegranate and not the inside, and like the outside of it, the one I used, it was kind of like a little rough. It wasn't like really smooth kind of. I used a plum on this one. This one was mainly blending and then a little bit of hatching. This one was kind of really difficult for me, only because the skin of the plum I used, it was like, there was a lot of spots where it was a lot lighter than the other parts. So getting that to like blend in correctly with the shadows was kind of hard. This one was an avocado. This one I had a lot of fun doing because I tried to make it look like there was like an actual hole right there. That one was a little bit difficult because every single time when I was doing it, it just kept kind of it just kind of looked like it was another pit of the avocado. I used a little bit of hatching for this one, and then blending around the outer parts of the avocado to try and like make the colors kind of look like they were like shifting into each other. And for a mango, this one was mostly blending and then just a little bit of hatching. There's no bottom shadow because it's supposed to be, there's no shadow on the bottom kind of that shows like that it's hanging over, because it's supposed to like be hanging onto like a tree, so there's no shadow that like is on the floor or anything like that underneath it. And then lastly, I did a tomato. I did a lot of blending, but then for the shadows I tried using a little bit of hatching for it. So that is my sketchbook tour.